on the other side. She's got to pull those arms back on her side.
You know, when you're going down the highway and you stick your hand out the window of the car and you're doing, say, 70 miles an hour or something like that, and you know the force of that wind, imagine you're doing 140 miles an hour and standing right out in that wind. That's what she's doing at the bottom of every one of those dives.
I'm Teresa Stokes, and I'm a wing walker on Gene Soucy's ShowCat.
And I fly that baby. I make her get out there on the wing and do that wing walking.
There you see her on top of the wing waving, kicking her feet and waving. Wave to her as she goes by.
I start off on the bottom wing, and Gene does a barrel roll after takeoff with me just hanging in the wires.
Takes the ShowCat up in the air. He says, well, listen, I can show you where Teresa is. She's right in there.
And then I climb up to the top of the top wing and strap into that stand up there. And then Gene does aerobatics.
Out to the far left, Gene again pulls up into the air, inverted. Does half a Cuban 8. And again, for those of you who didn't hear the explanation earlier, that buzzing noise as the ShowCat goes by, that is not the exhaust of the airplane, but in fact is the tips of the propeller being slung around in a circle so fast they are virtually supersonic.
The last pass is a inverted pass. That's when I know it's time to get out of my belt and do the passes as we go back and forth low in front of the crowd, so the crowd can see a person actually walking on the wing.
She is standing on her head, kicking her feet. Come on, Teresa, you're showing off.
I went to his hangar to watch him test fly the airplane with a wing walker, and she said it was the best ride ever, and I said, oh, let me try it. And I tried it just for fun once, and later in the spring when the season started, the wing walker that was gonna go, she moved to South America or something, and so I said, well, I'll fill in. So I'm still filling in 28 years later.
He does 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the 4-point roll.
You know, when you fly by yourself in a solo, you're strapped in with 2 seat belts and the harness, and it's really fun to just bang the airplane around, and get the most performance out of it. So the 2 acts are completely different. I mean, it's not like flying the same airplane on the wing walking act, because of the way you have to fly the airplane. Everything's slow and easy and smooth and graceful.
4-point roll wasn't enough. Gene doing an 8-point roll, and Teresa's waving her arms all the way around.
From my point of view, it's very rough and violent, but I see the difference. I can definitely see the difference.
Big dive out on the right side once again to get up that airspeed, which he will trade for altitude. Takes the airplane inverted and holds it in the inverted position.
Every time I go flying is so much fun, but what's even more fun is flying with him, because every time he gets in that airplane, he's like a little kid. He's like, it's like his first air show. And he's been doing air shows like forever, since he was a little kid.
And it doesn't get old, because the most fun I can think of in the world is to be able to fly an airplane like that, So these air shows give us an avenue to do it, to show our skills. It's just fun, we're good at it, and we enjoy doing it, and people like to watch us, so it's what we do. I mean, there's nothing greater than getting out there in that airplane.